Hey, welcome to Sound Wisdom Tarot. I'm Shannon Rose Scott, and this is your Hero's Journey, Life Path, Soul Purpose reading. Let's get right into it. Spirit guides, high divine, intergalactical beings, and angel guides, please help me connect to the spirit guides of my collective tuning in for their Hero's Journey, Soul Path, Life Purpose reading. And thank you, Spirit. We already have 2 cards showing up. Now, first, before I even turn these over, I want to let you know that I've taken the major arcana cards first from the tarot deck. And because the major arcana tell the story of the hero's journey. And within those major arcana are codes or symbols that tell us where you are currently at on your hero's journey. 2 cards popped out, so let's see what they are. The High Priestess and the Empress. Wow. Collective. My goodness, you are here. You are here to be the Empress and High Priestess of your own life. You are the creator. You are a creative being that is here to birth new ideas, new projects into the world. And you're here to be your own source of higher wisdom. You've been gifted with the ability of psychic powers. I mean, honestly, we all have this ability, but you particularly have a heightened sense, whether you know it or not, okay? You are meant to explore your intuitive psychic powers in this lifetime. Yes. And because of this higher wisdom you have, that's why you get to birth so many new things, so many new ideas and creative projects into the world. You're here to bring something that has never been here before. So you can't get those ideas or inspiration from others. You can only get it by turning to your own internal source of higher wisdom and connection to spirit. Yes, you are the High Priestess, here to be the Empress for your own life. A lot of feminine energy here, a lot of goddess wisdom. You're being called right now to spend more time connecting to spirit. You might wish to read the spiritual texts. Which traditions are you drawn to? Okay, maybe there's one main tradition, maybe there's several. Whatever you're drawn to, you're meant to study their teachings more and to make them your own. So you can go to books for inspiration, but you also need to tap in to that stream of consciousness that goes through you. I would invite you to honor your creative pursuits as a way to tap into your higher intuition. So I would encourage you to write, to draw, to dance, to sing, to create music. Whatever your artistic pursuit is, spend more time with it, especially right now. Right now, you're being called to delve deep into your higher wisdom, your intuitive powers. Pray, talk to your spirit guides. Talk, pray, connect with spirit. Go out into nature, walk amidst the trees, talk to the animals, talk to the plants, spend time by water. Spend time by water. Get away from the city, get away from the communities, and spend time on your own, connecting with spirit. Because you are here to create something that's never been created before. The Empress is pregnant with ideas, with creative passion. You've got some very special, unique wisdom that you're meant to share with the world through your creations. What a powerful life purpose. What a powerful soul path. So let's use the full tarot deck now to get a bit more indication as to what's been going on for you and what you need to focus on now. And moving forward, next steps. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Wow. Okay. These cards jumped out. In your recent past, you've had some tower moments. Okay, so some things have been feeling rocky, chaotic recently. Yeah. It probably has felt like your world has been torn down. You might have felt an extreme sense of loss around something. And if not that, the Tower is also simply a card of inspiration, of higher thinking, of having a brand new way of thinking. And it may have felt like all of your old way of thinking about your life, of thinking about the world, has come crashing down. But there's been a big shift. It may have felt like things were ripped out from under your feet, and it's left you feeling pretty unstable, like you don't have a place to go right now. But that was for your awakening. That was to help you tune into your spirit and your spiritual side. Or it might have been because you've been spending so much time focused on your spirit that you got this enlightening. See, the Tower is not a bad card. The Tower is actually a really beautiful card because it only tears away what you don't need. Like, it only takes from you that which you didn't need anyway, that which was a hindrance to you. And it does so in order that you can rebuild. So for some of you, this Tower probably felt a little uncomfortable. But for others of you, this could have simply been like a wonderful awakening. And I have to give both because this is a general reading for the collective, meaning there's many different types of people tuning in here. Let me know in the comments section how you experienced this Tower moment. I'd love to hear. And if you're not quite ready to share your whole story yet, that's okay. Just give me a little lightning bolt emoji to indicate that this is resonating with you. The more you comment, collective, the more I can tune into you for future readings. But it also really helps our whole community here understand how to interpret these messages individually. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you for commenting and helping support this channel and this community. It means so much to me. And I do read all the comments and I do respond eventually. Sometimes I can respond really quickly. Sometimes it takes me a while. But I do respond and read every comment. But yes, some of you I know felt this in a really uncomfortable way. But please remember, it's so that you can create something brand new. And others of you experience this in a wonderful way. Experience this Tower moment. It actually was just more of a thought process where you're like, oh my goodness, I see the whole world differently now. I can't believe I ever used to see the world that old way. Now things are totally different. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone, right? So this luckily is in your past, okay? Your past collective. You had some big tower moments that brought these big shifts, but look what's coming up now. Look what's coming up now. Present moment, you have Six of Cups. Six of Cups is a card, a really wonderful, happy card. This is a card of your childhood dreams coming back to life. This is the card of the past resurfacing. This is a card of being nurtured. Yes, as a child, you were very tapped in. You were very tapped into your more psychic powers and your creativity. And it's coming back around now. Okay? So there was some childhood dream that you left for a while. But recently, this tower moment has taken away either the physical things that were getting in the way of you going for this childhood dream, or it's taken away the emotional and thought processes that had you blocked from moving towards this dream. And now, because of this wonderful tower moment, now you get to rebuild this. You get to rebuild and go back towards your true purpose. See, as children, we're more in touch with what our true purpose is. But then life happens and we start picking up these ideas that we can't have what we wanted, that we shouldn't go for those dreams, that they're frivolous, or that, how dare I focus on my creativity, my creative pursuits? How dare I think that I have wisdom that is separate from what society has taught? No, this is exactly what you're supposed to be going back to. This is your purpose. This is your soul path. And when you achieve your childhood dreams, you get to inspire others to do so as well. So you are actually benefiting the world by going towards your purpose. Yes, it's time to mother your dreams. We have two images of mothers here, right? The pregnant mother and the mother with child. It's time for you to mother and nurture your dreams again. Because next steps, we got Queen of Cups. Guess what? You've got so much synchronicity here. Because the Queen of Cups is psychic, has intuitive psychic powers, just like the High Priestess. So here's confirmation again that you are incredibly talented intuitively. You've got incredible psychic awareness and psychic powers. And if you haven't realized this about yourself yet, it's time to start nurturing them. If you have no idea where to start, I want you to start playing on your day-to-day with making choices regarding not serious things, using your intuition. So for example, when you choose like a parking spot, if you drive, right? If you drive, when you choose a parking spot, instead of picking a parking spot based on, logistics, like how close it is to the store or just whatever spot is available, I want you to instead use your intuition, use your gut wisdom, and be like, where does my gut want me to park? Where would be fun to park? And pick that spot. Another way could be when cooking, if you like to cook, let your intuition pick a certain ingredient or a certain spice to add in. to whatever it is you're making. Let your intuition play through creating something, being playful and creative, whether that's through writing, making music, dancing. As best you can, try not to make a work of art. Okay, try instead to just let yourself play for the sake of playing. Intuition and psychic powers are developed through play, not through thinking. I'll give you a little personal story. When I first began studying the singing bowls, although I did also study sacred sound by learning the sacred sequences, the sacred codes of interval theory, of chord theory, the music theory, right, of sacred sound. And there is a huge place. I absolutely will still always return to the codes that I know elicit the same responses, elicit exactly what we need. That is important. And yet, there is also a big place in sacred sound for intuition, for dropping the codes and playing purely from your intuitive side, your intuitive wisdom. And the way I learned to follow my intuition, because I always thought I didn't have any. For a long time, I believed what society tries to drill into us, that, intuition is wrong, right? And that, only some people have psychic powers. That's incorrect. But I believed that for a long time. I thought I wasn't intuitive. I thought I didn't have any of that intuitive wisdom. And then when I was training on the singing bowls, my first training involved only intuition. And at first I didn't like that. I kept telling myself, this is stupid. I'm just banging bowls. This means nothing. And I was very frustrated and angry, and I didn't like it. I went through a few days of that. And then finally I said, just play along. Just play along. Just see what happens. And I started to play along, and then I kind of started to have a bit of fun, and I relaxed into it, and I started making choices just based on what felt good. And the person I was practicing on, they were also in training, had this big emotional release because of the sounds and the way I was playing. Because I started listening to my intuition about what felt good. Well, when that happened, I realized, there's something to this intuitive play. And I started practicing intuitive play more and more. And that meant giving myself permission to play and follow my instincts. And the more I did it, the easier it got. And the more I did it, the more powerful effects it had on me and others. Then I started receiving more and more intuitive wisdom, more little nudges from my own higher self. When I brought that into my tarot practices and started just saying the things that I was being led and guided to say. Again, with tarot, you need to know the meanings of the cards. But then there's also those intuitive nudges we get from spirit saying, say this, say that. It's a combination. And so this is what you're being guided to do right now. In your near future, you have the potential to be the Queen of Cups, the queen of your intuition and psychic abilities. And this is your life path. This is your life purpose. You are meant to have those psychic intuitive powers and create something with it. And it's something regarding a childhood dream. And when you let yourself go for this childhood dream, this is what you're being called to do right now in this current moment. Right? This whole big crash that recently happened to you, whether in mind or in the world, in the physical environment, It has now led to you being gifted this opportunity to return to your childhood dream. And the more you do that, the more intuitive you're going to get, and the more intuitive wisdom you'll get to share. I believe this childhood dream of yours has something to do with creativity. You are meant to birth something into the world that is going to help others. The Queen of Cups is also the most compassionate and loving queen. All right, so in the near future, you're also going to be that source of compassionate love, of unconditional love and compassion and forgiveness for others. And there's something that you were born to create and offer that involves love, wisdom, and intuitive power. I mean, these cards are pretty clear, but let's just get a little bit of extra clarification just to help you on this path. Clarify the Tower, please, Spirit. Thank you. Oh, yep. I love it. Okay. Further confirmation. Okay, so the Two of Cups is clarifying the Tower. You had some sort of Tower moment regarding your soul purpose. So the Two of Cups is like a soulmate card. The Six of Cups is also around soulmates, but particularly around like the soulmate of your life, meaning your life purpose, being at one with your life purpose. You had a breakdown of your life so that you could return to what you really love. I want to know, is this more in regards to like love and relationships or career? Please clarify the Two of Cups and Six of Cups. Is this around love, relationships, or is this around career? Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, no, I was getting more. I wasn't getting that it was a relationship reading, but I did want to clarify, and I've got the clarity. Now, this is around your career, your passion, your life purpose. Here we have the Ten of Wands, meaning you're leaving something behind. You're leaving something big behind. That's why this Tower moment happened. You've had to like pick up your bags, pack your bags, and get out on the road again, whether figuratively or literally, right? And you've had to make a big judgment call as to what it is you are bringing forward with you. You are coming in to your soul purpose here because of that Tower moment. This is where you get to be at one with yourself, where you live a life of your dreams, where you no longer live by other people's standards. It's like you're no longer living in someone else's tower. You really have packed your bags and left. You might feel like this soul path of yours, you might feel like a little bit houseless, homeless, like you don't have a home because of this Tower moment. But it's exactly where you need to be. Because it's from this sense of freedom, right, that you get to choose what you're leaving behind in your past and what you're bringing with you into the future. And it's this is what you get to focus on now, is what actually nourishes you. Right? What fills your cups with creativity, with love, with passion? Clarify the Six of Cups, please. Clarify the Six of Cups, please. Oh. Okay, Six of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. So as you move towards this childhood dream right now, this is your current energy. Right now you're being asked to move towards this childhood dream, which is moving away from the chaos of your old life. You got Six of Swords. You've got a lot of moving, right? Moving, changing direction, leaving something behind, leaving the past behind. You've got a lot of that. Leaving the recent past behind and returning to the childhood dreams. Yeah. You are being called right now to get out on that boat, even though the water might be a little choppy, right? And even though there's a part of you that is a little sad about this tower moment that just happened, right? Because something wasn't working in your life. There was something that was holding you back from really being able to express your full creativity. And yet I feel like you put a lot of work into something, but it was the wrong type of efforting, right? I feel like it might have been like some sort of perfectionistic type of efforting, over-efforting, overworking, working on the wrong thing that you thought was going to bring you joy and it didn't. But you get to leave that behind, and now you're being guided by Spirit back to those childhood dreams. It's going to be a bit of a balancing act as you bring this childhood dream to life. Okay, you're going to feel a little like you're on those choppy waters, right? It's not going to be super easy, and yet you're doing it. You're going to be balancing well. And as you do this, you'll be bringing in more abundance. This is like a new pathway, and yet based on the old. We have the circles mirrored here. You're standing on, you're grounding yourself into that childhood dream, and it's going to rise up and bring the abundance you've been seeking. Clarify the Queen of Cups, please. Clarify the Queen of Cups, please, Spirit. Thank you. Oh, I like it. Yes. You have Justice and Three of Cups. Clarifying the Queen. Justice, you're going to get your just rewards. The more you love and give love, the more love you'll get. The more you play with your psychic powers and intuitive wisdom, the more you'll receive. And by learning how to play with others, right? Let yourself tap in to this goddess energy. You have so much feminine goddess energy in this reading. And here it's mirrored again in the card of Three of Cups. This is celebrating with your community, with your like-minded people. This is like having your Goombas with you, you know? Yeah, you've got a crew of people wanting to celebrate your wisdom with you, your intuitive wisdom. When you let yourself play and work and own your intuitive powers, you'll draw the right community to you. And the more you give, the more you'll get. The more you get, the more you'll have to give. And it keeps going back and forth. The scales of justice will be balanced out. Let yourself give, receive. Let yourself play. Three of Cups is also a card of play, right? And again, this was taken from you because you used to work too hard in the wrong area. As you return to this childhood dream, it's going to require a lot of play. A lot of play. It's your birthright. It's your life purpose to play and create right now. We can't create new things without playing. And yes, you'll be leaving some sort of old community behind, but you'll be gaining a new one, the right one. Let's get a little word of advice from Spirit regarding your soul path here, regarding moving towards this childhood dream that's going to put you in contact with your soul purpose of creating, of psychic intuition and power. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, okay. Wow. Boundaries and relationships, tying the knot. Interesting. As you're working on moving towards this childhood dream, you will have to set boundaries with other people and with yourself. You got to let yourself go for the childhood dream and set boundaries around not going back to this. You're moving away from a situation that wasn't working, and you'll need to set boundaries to keep that old situation at bay. Not relationships. Choose wisely who you knot up with, right? Who you decide to have relationships with. And make sure they're the kind that are supporting you. And set boundaries against anyone who isn't here with you for this, okay? For this life purpose of yours regarding this childhood dream. You have the right to set boundaries. You have the right to choose who it is you want to attach yourself to. And only you know who's right for you and who's wrong. You are the high priestess. Remember that. You get to choose your boundaries, and you get to choose how to set them and with whom. That is some advice from Spirit. Collective, how has this resonated with you? Please write below in the comment section. The more you comment, the more I can tap into you and your specific energy for future readings. And it helps everyone here in our community learn how to interpret these readings for themselves. Because these are general readings, meaning that there's a lot of variation between you, even with the same theme. And collective, if you are interested in a really personalized, unique reading just for you, you and you alone, I do offer personals and privates. I have 30-minute readings, 60-minute readings. I have a whole special 2024 New Year's reading outlining your whole year in advance. And I offer a very special monthly reading for my regulars. If you want to become a Sound Wisdom regular and receive a monthly reading from me specific to you, there's details about that in the description box below as well. So it has been an honor tapping in to this energy of you, you special high priestess and empress. Thank you so much for allowing me into your energy space. I hope you've received some inspiration and guidance towards following your true heart's child dream, your inner child's dream. Let her play. And until next time, keep tuning into your inner wisdom. Big love.